Let them help the woman. Let them help. Let them help the woman, will you?
Help the woman, help the woman. And are police officers using pepper spray against defenseless protesters, elderly women, or even young people just because they're out on the street for a good cause? It's so sad and it brings back memories of the darkest days
Of Germany.
Now the situation is spiraling out of control, and many people commented to me yesterday, is this all just fake? I looked up the news for you to show that this whole thing is not fake. Even ZDF briefly reported on it on its own streaming platform and how explosive the uprising has become and what escalation potential now exists for Germany. You'll find out all about that in this video. And of course, we'll take a look first. Let's take a quick look at CNN, and I think we can all agree that they definitely won't spread fake news. And if you want to support this channel, just quickly leave me a like and a subscription. That would really help me a lot. So I had the whole thing translated by AI on YouTube, so there won't be any problems with the language. I'd say let's roll the clip.
To Ireland, where the police are removing blockades set up by protesters who are angry about the rising fuel prices. Tractors and trucks were used to block roads, ports, and also access to Ireland's only oil refinery, causing many gas stations.
There are now somewhere between 600 and 1,500 gas stations that have basically just run out of fuel because the Irish simply have no more patience with their government. This morning, the vote of no confidence was already submitted directly in Parliament. After, among other things, a woman with a crutch was arrested yesterday because she was holding up the wrong banner.
Diesel prices in Ireland have risen by more than 20% since the beginning of the war. The Irish government has started providing police escorts for fuel tankers and has even announced tax cuts and other support measures totaling more than $500 million.
Yes, by the way, they are now going to lower their fuel prices by a total of 37 cents. That's something we in Germany would really like as well. While our government is still saying that we should all be satisfied with the 17 cents, Welt has also reported on it just a bit differently than we expected. And let's take a quick look at that as well. Yes, roadblocks in Ireland, they summarized it in a short article, and at the same time they also reported that fuel prices are rising here as well. That was all from Welt for now. So, of course, ZDF also added their 2 cents. You can find the link up there in the source. But that was a little while ago. That was on April 10th, by the way. You can't really find much about it. That was the only report, and we'll take a quick look at it now.
Protests against the high fuel prices. In Ireland, demonstrators have been blocking roads for days, even in the capital Dublin.
We'll take a look in a moment at how many protests there actually were, and not just this talk of, 500, 1,000 protesters who are supposedly shutting everything down in Ireland right now.
Trucks and tractors are blocking the access roads to fuel depots and to the country's only refinery. This is leading to a fuel shortage. More than 100 gas stations had already run out of fuel by last night. Panic buying is making things worse.
By the way, that's now roughly between 600 and 1,200 gas stations that are completely running out of fuel. We'll take a look at that in the media in a moment. And this is what 100 or hundreds of protesters look like gathering in one spot for a photo opportunity, of course. I think if you look at this picture, it's definitely more than 100, 200 or 300 people as the press reports. But yes, they're on the wrong side of history according to public broadcasting and Welt. Why? Because they're the middle class. They are neither on the right nor on the left. But there have been some reports now that the so-called real Irish kings are reportedly back as well. For those who don't know what I mean, that's the IRA. And it seems that the IRA is apparently standing with the people again, since they now have, well, let's say a multicultural government in their country. However, this morning, a vote of no confidence has already been initiated. So, and now let's get to these fake news reports. I just picked up the Irish Times. Yes, you can do that easily. Look it up. And here, by the way, you can see the article. Yes, people criticize public broadcasting because they actually report on it. And they published figures showing that up to 50,000 people took to the streets in Dublin alone to protest for lower costs. So, and as you can clearly see here, they issued a very strong warning again: there will be no protests tolerated, otherwise the police will come and beat them down brutally, or even the military. You already saw in the video yesterday, they just used pepper spray right from the start, and now I'm going to show you a video that's really intense.
Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun. Nobody seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it.
I think these images show us what's really going on in Ireland right now, how out of control this situation is. And since now I already showed it in, I think, my first video. The IRA has also spoken out again, and now I would say wants to get involved. Is that the next logical conclusion? Actually, we should be asking ourselves when the next time car bombs and similar things might go off on the European continent, with the Irish having had enough. And no, I want to briefly address this again. The IRA is a left-wing activist group, not right-wing, centrist, or anything else. Just to make that absolutely clear.
The one that's left-wing and...
I am not gonna take this anymore!
Many demonstrators, by the way, report that the so-called Garda, which is there, meaning the police, or mixed with the military, has refrained from taking action against its own population. According to the videos, which I can no longer show you in this video because this video was simply blocked. Yesterday, they had an 80 or 90-year-old woman with a cane, really treated her very unpleasantly. They just had her taken away. Which reminds us of the times of the Great CS, which we still aren't allowed to talk about today. Because the people who were responsible for all that nonsense back then simply don't want us to be able to talk about it. And that's why they continue to restrict such accounts. I couldn't show you that yesterday, but I can tell you what I saw yesterday. I already had tears in my eyes, but what I can show you are pictures like these, which are heavily blurred, by the way, and no, that's not AI.
Jesus!
Or what? No.
Yes, scumbags.
Who are blurred? Let them get the woman out! Will you let them help?
I think if you act like that against your own people, you shouldn't be surprised when the population organizes protest marches. Or rather, when the population no longer has any trust in the government we have there. Keep watching. The video is really, really
Sad. Let them help the woman.
Let them help!
Let them help the woman, will you?
They only asked to help the woman, nothing more, just to let that woman out. Let me ask you honestly, do you really have to use pepper spray for that? Do you really have to break people down completely? Is this what this civilization of the new politicians has planned for us? It really makes me sad. This woman just wanted to get away from the protests. And well, she was attacked with pepper spray by the police.
Look up there!
Spray you, pepper spray.
Brody, fuck!
Thank you. Have a thing.
All right,
Here we go!
And he kept giving it to me.
Dirty bastard.
From over there when it was red.
When we see sad pictures, and they're just really sad pictures from Ireland, then of course we know why the press isn't reporting on it. Just imagine if such images were going around Germany, that elderly people are simply being sprayed with pepper spray. Yes, the media outcry here would definitely have worked on everyone. And then probably some viewers definitely wouldn't just look away anymore.
Milfamiljen. Punch down.
I think every citizen should be concerned by images like these, by what's happening right now. These aren't left-wing terrorists, these aren't Antifa activists trying to cause unrest here. These are people, and that's the worst part, who come straight from the middle of our society.
Fingers on the pulse is the data being erased. Crime is going up and so are public service salaries. Project 2040 tries to fill us all with hate against arriving foreigners who don't work yet get paid. System of the guards that records the crime we see. The Crime Statistics Office tries to hide the facts we need. The stats from other countries tell us why there's a rise in crime. The evidence is overwhelming and yet they keep on lying. It's time to stop this nonsense before we lose it all. This climate nonsense and carbon crap will be our great downfall. How did we get so stupid following these facts? They're trying to break the triple lock to break us, not protect. They use right wing
And race turn.
When one expresses some concern, the time has come to vote for sex. It's time for a vote of no confidence. Come on, let's face the truth.
Love in Plan.
Create civil unrest.
Child to Mad.
Divide the youth.
Farmland.
And more. The EU needs its civil war. They make us poor, divided, weak. Kids are angry on the streets, pushed to buy Brazilian meat. Women are scared to walk the streets. Let's lay it out for you to see. Not enough homes, bidding for infinite loans. Rent is now so high, they say sheds can be homes. The cost just to live, will it ever come down? Homelessness, helplessness, killing small towns. Taxes going up, small businesses debased. Youth, immigration, now replaced by foreigners. Hospital costs, small farmers displaced. The media's conflict of interest is a disgrace.
Oh.
The guards, CSO information relaying. Social cohesion, new problems delaying. Just as we look, another event. Another fake virus for them to invent. 336K on a shelter for bikes. I can launder that money for you if you like. Use a phone store or barber or new vaping shop. Hey, affect that small business. Tax them all till they drop. They use right wing. And raises turbo when one expresses some